What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to the Newcastle Liverpool post-match reaction and analysis video. And what a comeback by Liverpool, absolute genius substitution by Jurgen Klopp to bring on Darwin Nunez, who scored from 2 shots. 2 of the most amazing, brilliant, clinical goals, and against 10 men, Liverpool winning this game in the 93rd minute. It is the absolute stuff of dreams. Liverpool haven't done a comeback this good for years, I feel. This was an absolutely monumental, massive victory against one of our big rivals for a place in the top 4. And also Liverpool now starting from with 7 points from 3 games, 2 of those games Chelsea away and Newcastle away. It's absolutely massive for the whole season, and that gives Liverpool a platform to go on and try and put a winning run together. It's absolutely vital that we won this game, and let's talk about it. What do you think about the referee? Because again, it feels like Liverpool have been screwed over, but we absolutely have to talk about Trent Alexander-Arnold's performance as well, because it's worrying. Trent didn't start the season in good form. Last season he had a really bad first half of the season, then he improved in the second half, but I think the fact that he was pushed over by Anthony Gordon and then he throws the ball onto the pitch and the referee gives a yellow card for that. What is that? I mean, I know the new refereeing directive to punish people for dissent and time wasting, but use your brain, use a little bit of common sense. Trent didn't throw the ball away to time waste. He didn't even throw the ball like more than 5 yards. It was absolutely nonsensical decision, and I think it messed up Trent's head a little bit as well, and he lost his cool. And a minute later Trent could have had been sent off because he pushed Anthony Gordon in the back, which was really foolish. The referee didn't give him a second yellow card, but then Trent makes a huge error, lets a pretty bad pass from Salah, by the way. I'm not sure why Salah is passing it to Trent, but Trent, instead of controlling the ball, he lets the ball slip under his foot and Anthony Gordon is away. Trent a little bit tucks his shirt, but then he lets it go because he realizes he's on a yellow. If he brings Anthony Gordon down, it's a red card. And Anthony Gordon races clear. He slots it home between the legs of Alisson. Liverpool are 1-0 down, and Liverpool didn't start the game well. Newcastle pressed us very well. Eddie Howe in the first part of the game actually won the tactical battle because they let Liverpool have the ball in their own half, and they put the pressure so the ball goes to Andy Robertson, and that's when 2 or 3 Newcastle players squeezed Andy Robertson. Andy Robertson lost possession like 10 times in this game, which is really a lot, and it worked because it was pretty much one-way traffic for the first half, and of course it was compounded by the nonsensical red card. And I mean, I understand that Virgil van Dijk clips Alexander-Isak first and then he gets the ball, so it's a foul 100%. Is Van Dijk the last man? Probably yes, but since 2017 or 18, a last man foul doesn't automatically result in a red card, because if the defender tries to play the ball and it's not a deliberate action to stop a goal scoring opportunity, then it's only a yellow card, and the referee, it looks like, doesn't know the rules apparently, because Van Dijk was showed a straight red card and he was absolutely furious and incensed, just like Jurgen Klopp. And if it is upheld, Van Dijk will serve a 3-game suspension, which is less than ideal because now Konate is injured, so Aston Villa at home, Liverpool will play with Matip and Gomez at the back. By the way, they did pretty okay, especially Joe Gomez. I was dreading when Joe Gomez came on that Liverpool would run into a big defeat here. I was fearing Newcastle would pile on the pressure, and they did, but it was thanks to Alisson and a little bit of luck that Liverpool kept the scoreline at 1-0, and I think that was the crucial pivotal moment. When Trent heads the ball to, I think it was Almiron absolutely rathers it. It's an absolute rocket going into the top corner, and somehow Alisson, with a superhuman world-class save, tips it onto the bar and then punches it out for a corner. That is one of the best saves you will see this season and in any season. That is a top 5 all-time goalkeeping save in the Premier League, in my opinion. It was that good. And by the way, if you are excited that Liverpool won this game from 1-0 down, playing against 10 men for more than 60 minutes, leave a like on this video and subscribe if you are new around here. So Van Dijk potentially misses Aston Villa, Wolves and West Ham, but thankfully for the Wolves game it looks like Konate will be back. But Jurgen Klopp really I think calmed things down at halftime, and Liverpool came out in the second half much better, and especially after Liverpool made the substitutions of Gakpo and Endo went off and Jota and Elliott came on. Liverpool were much better in possession. Elliott helped keep the ball and Jota was pressing as well as Gakpo, plus Jota is definitely a goal threat. And then a really strange substitution, Matip went off and Kwanzaa came on, and you thought, why is a 20-year-old centre-back making his Premier League debut in such a big pressure game? But hats off to Jurgen Klopp. He absolutely nailed it. Matip looked tired and Kwanzaa was really good. He's a big talent and he is now, I think, Liverpool's 5th choice centre-back option. And now with Konate injured, Van Dijk suspended, Liverpool are already down to the bare bones when it comes to centre-back options. So surely FSG will sign a centre-back. I made a whole video about FSG earlier today. Make sure to check it out if you haven't already. And Jurgen Klopp also, with a tactical masterclass, brings on Darwin Nunez for Alexis McAllister. He put Nunez and Salah up front and it worked like a charm, because just 4 minutes after Darwin Nunez comes on, he gets a through ball, he runs through and absolutely nails the finish into the far corner, in off the post. A perfect goal from Darwin Nunez after a big mistake by Sven Botman, who pretty much was faultless for the whole game. But then he makes a similar error to Trent. He lets the ball bubble through his legs and through his heel and slips in Darwin Nunez, who just takes the ball on and shoots an absolutely amazing finish. And then in the last minute, Newcastle have possession. It looks like there is absolutely no danger in terms of from a Newcastle's point of view, but then Harvey Elliott high presses the Newcastle player out all of a sudden. He gets to the ball hits Harvey Elliott, ricochets to Salah, and Salah sees Darwin Nunez run the channel. And that's what I absolutely love about Darwin Nunez. He loves running the channel, he loves creating chaos. Things happen, chances get created when Darwin Nunez is on the pitch, and I would start him against Aston Villa, because his confidence will be absolutely sky high after this game. And Salah slips in Darwin Nunez, who again takes the ball in his stride and absolutely thumps it into the far corner. This time it doesn't go in off the post, but it's very close to the post. It hits the side netting in the goal. Absolutely brilliant 2 finishes. Both shots combined had a 0.4 xG, and yet Darwin Nunez scored 2 goals from 2 shots, a perfect striker's performance. And this was a smash and grab victory, because overall, of course, we were against 10 men for 60 minutes. Newcastle dominated the game. They had 23 shots, 8 shots on target, 2 xG, 0.9 xG for Liverpool, just 9 shots, yet we won the game 2-1. And this continues Liverpool's great record against Newcastle, because we haven't lost at St James's Park in the Premier League since 2015, which is an amazing record, by the way, because Newcastle at home were always a strong team, and this is huge now for Liverpool's season, because this gives Liverpool basically we are joint second on 7 points. Only Man City are the only side who have won all of their games, and Newcastle are now down in 13th place with just 3 points and 2 defeats. And that is massive, because Newcastle will be a really big threat for any team. And it's amazing that Liverpool played 90 minutes with 10 men and we scored 3 goals in those 90 minutes and conceded 0. It's actually amazing. Andy Robertson even said this after the game. Probably 2 games in a row where we have played better with less men on the pitch, which is absolutely astounding. But surely Liverpool won't get too many more red cards, because it's very rare actually for Jurgen Klopp's teams to get red cards. The McAllister red card was a nonsense decision, and this Van Dijk red card is a little bit less of a nonsense decision, but still it shouldn't have been a red card. It should only be a yellow card, because according to the rule book, that's how it should be. When you try to play the ball as a defender, even if you are a last man, it's not a red card. Only if you deliberately foul the opposition. And Virgil van Dijk got the ball, but first he clips Isaac's foot and then he gets the ball. So he clearly tries to play the ball, and that's why I think it's not a red card. But feel free to disagree with me in the comments below. Jurgen Klopp said it was a super performance, 2 exceptional top goals. Everything is okay. Of course, Darwin Nunez is not happy that he's not starting. It is early in the season. We need to find a formation, then we will play every 3 days. So Darwin Nunez will play a lot of football. And massive credit also to Jarrod Quansah, who came on at a very difficult moment for Liverpool in a high pressure situation, and he didn't put a foot wrong. He did so well to help Liverpool win this game. And Liverpool still definitely need to invest in a centre back and a midfielder, but it's good to know that we have a 20-year-old very talented centre back on our hands as well. Jurgen Klopp said that this game was more difficult than the game against Barcelona, where we had to come back from 3-0 down. He has a point, because against Barcelona we played with 11 men. This time it was with 10 men, and Newcastle at home, I mean, with the crowd behind them. By the way, credit to the St. James's Park crowd. The fans were absolutely amazing. It was an electric atmosphere. It was a fantastic advert for the Premier League. Just not the refereeing, because the refereeing is still one of the worst refereeing in any of the top 10 leagues in Europe. It's absolutely shocking. At this point you have to wonder, is it blatant corruption? And because the referees, I mean, they gifted Man United a victory yesterday with awarding a bogus penalty that Bruno Fernandes scored after Rashford dives, and this time, sending Van Dijk off when he clearly tried to play the ball. And it's amazing that sometimes Liverpool have the worst starts. We were almost 2-0 down against Bournemouth. One was disallowed for offside. And then Liverpool, of course, turned the game around, but the first 20 minutes against Bournemouth was shockingly bad. The first half was really bad. Liverpool were 1-0 down to 10 men, and yet we somehow managed to turn the game around. But we need to start playing better, and we need to start playing better football. Endo had a very tough debut again, because this is not the real Liverpool. The real Liverpool play with 11 men and control the game. Newcastle away, one of the toughest games in the Premier League season now. I'm gonna give them that compliment, because they are in your faces. They don't let you breathe. They don't let you blink. They don't let you have any time on the ball. So don't judge Endo too early. He got substituted. He didn't really have a good performance, but he was playing in a struggling Liverpool team to keep the ball, and I think against Aston Villa will be the real judgment for Endo. But of course the season is long, and we still need to sign more players. I think Liverpool's squad is very short, and it's an absolute myth that Darwin Nunez is a flop. In his first season, when he played not too many games, he was sitting on the bench many times. He still scored 15 goals and got 4 assists, and he cost 64 million. If the add-ons get triggered, then yeah, maybe more. But compare that to Man United. They spent 80 million on Jadon Sancho, 85 million on Anthony. And they didn't even have a season where they put 15 goals in any season for Man United. So don't say Darwin Nunez is a flop. And this will be his true breakthrough season, because first season, young player, new league, new team, don't judge him too harshly. The second season is where you should truly judge Darwin Nunez. And by the way, again, what a performance from Dominik Szoboszlai. He never stopped running. He had 20 ground duels today. He never stopped showing for the ball, and he had a brilliant piece of instance where he somehow got the ball and retained possession among 3 or between 3 Newcastle United players. He's a world-class talent and he's only 22 years old. He's only going to get better. When Szoboszlai reaches his full potential, he might become almost as good as Steven Gerrard. And he can score easily 10, 15, 20 goals a season. If Liverpool get a proper defensive midfielder in, then Szoboszlai can bump forward and score a lot more goals. So yeah, let me know what you think about the game in the comments below. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.